I'm Mitch Hauschel, Maximum Training Solutions. So today we're doing a little implement analysis. So we're going to be doing a lot of different videos where we're looking at different implements, my favorite implements, the positives, the negatives, all the good and the bad that go along with them. That could be training for strength conditioning, sports performance, could be more on the rehab side of things. Basically all the great products that I love to use. I want to give you some more information as I see it and what works well for me in my setting and what I think is the good and the bad. So today I want to talk about Normatec. Recently it is with a lot of the companies that I work with. Recently I established a really nice relationship with this company, and you guys are going to get the benefit if you want. So stick around towards the end of the video. I'm going to tell you how you can save some money using Normatec, and through a code I'm going to give you, save you at least $100, and if you go for one of the more premium products, I can save you quite a bit more than that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But just want to go through this product a little bit. Normatec is a great brand. They came out with their recovery system a few years ago, and we've been using them at the university where I work with some of our teams for multiple years, and I've been a big fan of their products. And really a couple of reasons I love their products. Number one, they're extremely durable. They hold up. This company's innovative, so they continue to refine and expand on their products and make them better and better all the time. And then they're just a stand-up company that takes care of their customers. And so those are kind of three of my big criteria that I look for when I start working with a company. And so Normatec checks a lot of those boxes. So when we look at their recovery system, it's pretty simple. If you aren't real familiar with it, Normatec is basically segmented compression. And so really starting in the recovery market of using things like these boots, and you put these on your legs, and it starts at your feet and compresses, and then it goes a little bit higher, higher, higher. And the idea is that it pushes all of that junk out of your legs. And so you wear these on your recovery days in between workouts, trying to feel better, and they do a great job with that. As I mentioned, our Division I athletes love these things. They live in these things on their days off. And so really that's where a lot of this started, was these boots and basically a pump. Now, as we look at their latest system, so this is, I've got the Pulse Pro, which is their latest system, as compared to some earlier systems. Some nice things they've done with it. Our earlier systems that we use at the university, they're quite a bit bigger, and so the pump itself is pretty good size. Their carrying bag isn't real nice, and so they've really expanded on some of these things and really made them better. So now the pump itself is small, it's tiny, it's battery powered, so I can charge it, and I'll talk more about all the things this thing does here in a minute. And then the real key components of the system are the different boots. So these are the leg boots here, and then we've got the arm boots here for our throwing athletes. So these go on an arm, and then what's quickly becoming my favorite is the hips. And so just to kind of break these down a little bit, number one, all of them are made really, really well. They're made of really durable material. They're easy to keep clean. The easiest thing to do once people get off, and a lot of times our guys are a little bit sweaty, you just wipe them out and leave them open so they dry out, and they're ready to go the next day. We've been using these day in and day out for multiple years, and still using our original boots at the university. And so they really have built them well. And let me be clear, there's other systems that are out there, and I've used them and I've seen them, and there's some nice things about those units as well. But Normatec is really first to market, and they've really have proven themselves to be the innovator and the leader, which in some cases may mean they're a little bit more of a premium product, a little bit more expensive, but I'm willing to pay that price if it's up to me to make sure that I have a product that I know is going to be there for a long time. The company's going to be around, and they're going to continue to support it and give me great insight and ideas and different things that we can do with it. So we've got the legs. This is what most people are using. So they're buying this system. You can buy a real simple entry-level system that's got the pump with the legs, and that really does go well for most athletes. And then if you've got an overhead athlete, that's where we really want to start to look at using the arms. And so these are arm sleeves that just go in and basically they strap around you and they hook here in front. And now this inflates, same concept, from the hand up to the shoulder to push all of that crap that's left over in the muscles after a workout out of there. And then we've got the hip here. So the hip unit, you actually step through and then you snap these things in front and you hook them up here. Great thing that I really like about the Normatec hip unit is it doesn't have any straps that go over the shoulders. Some of the other hip units I've seen actually have straps that go over the shoulders. As they inflate, they actually kind of cut into you. Guys don't like them, they're not very comfortable. So these hip units fit really nice. They're comfortable and they're easy to wear. Now all of these units use the hose and a pump. So this hose works on all of them. It's a real simple, quick connect. You just snap it in, push the button, and you unplug it. And the other thing that's nice about these newer units is you can do one leg at a time, you can do one arm at a time. Where some other systems that are out there, you don't have that ability. And the way you do that is just with a little plug here that comes with the unit. It's stored here on the back of the hose, and that just fits in there and that plugs that side. So now I can utilize it on just one side if I want. And my coworkers, they know I'm famous for telling them, you lose this plug, I'm gonna punch you in the nose. So that is one thing you gotta make sure this thing doesn't disappear. It stores really nicely right there and isn't gonna fall out by any means. But if somebody doesn't think to put it back in there, that could be a problem. So potential thing, make sure you take care of that. So as I mentioned, most people are really using this for recovery, and they've got some great flush modes that are built into the system. You hit go, and it goes through this recovery flush. It's real simple, easy, down and dirty way to go with it. And then, but now what they've done, and you can get just the basic pulse unit that just does that, and that's what it's designed for. It's a great unit. That's really what we utilize most of the time. But as I mentioned, I've got the Pulse Pro here. This thing is awesome. So this brand new unit, it's small, it's lightweight, it's easy. One thing I didn't mention, Normatec has really upgraded their bag that you can get to go along with this. Their older bags weren't as good. They've really upgraded this bag so this thing fits down in there, chargers in there. I can put all these sleeves, roll them up and put them into that unit, put it over my shoulder. Now I'm ready to go wherever I want to, whether I'm traveling to a CrossFit event or on the road with my teams, or taking my little leaguer to a weekend tournament. I want to help him and his teammates feel better between games. But this Pulse Pro unit is pretty cool because not only can I just hit flush mode and it goes to work, but it's got, and with that, it's got 10 different intensity levels. So I can figure out how intense I want to go, and I can give people, they can really determine. That's what I always do, just give them the opportunity to figure out what setting they want to be in. We don't want this painful or uncomfortable. We want it to be comfortable for them so they can dial in what intensity they want. But then this, and then you can also dictate how much time you want to use, so you can go 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, as long as you want to go with whatever you're trying to accomplish. But what's really nice about this, the Pulse Pro unit is, number one, I've got a zone boost on this. So if I've got a specific area that is sore, so maybe my calves are really sore, or they're really fatigued, in the middle of a session, I can just hit a zone boost for that area, and it'll spend a little extra time there, a little extra compression, a little extra work trying to get some of that fluid or whatever else out of there. And then the other great thing about this unit is it's got a bunch of rehab settings that are set into it. So that's really where I'm getting curious about it. So we know this stuff is great for recovery, but where I'm starting to utilize this more and more is in the rehab setting. And post-op rehabs, great for getting rid of fluid and flushing a lot of that crap that comes in to the area, you know, post-op knee, post-op shoulder, something like that. I can put this thing on, spend 15, 20 minutes with it, and really start to push all that crap out of there. And I can actually customize it if I want to. So it has preset rehab settings, and then I can customize it to do whatever I want to. So that's another great advantage with this unit. The other thing I'm really playing with that I'm going to look at over time here, and I'll probably do some other videos as I get more comfortable with it and dial it in on exactly what the specs are on this. But I'm using especially the hip unit for things like SI pain, using it also for core and trunk stability issues. So one of the things, if you guys have seen some of my other videos, you've seen me talk about how we need to hug the brain and we need to compress the brain and make it feel warm and cozy and safe. And so one of the ways I can do that is through compression. That's why I love floss bands. That's why I love tape. We all feel better with compression. That's why, special needs kids do great with weighted blankets and things like that. So similar concept here, and I can dial this up and down with the intensity as much as I want. But like I said, I'm going to get more into that in maybe some other videos as I get more comfortable with that. But I also want to make sure you guys understand this isn't just a recovery system. This is something we should be using in the clinical rehab setting. So all my physical therapist friends, my chiropractor friends, my athletic training friends that have post-op patients, I really want you guys to start to thinking outside the box and using this compression to downregulate pain, to get rid of swelling and fluid in specific areas, and really start to utilize this in a number of different ways, because I think it can be so powerful. So really cool system, easy to use, easy to transport. I really do like it over some of the other systems I've seen. They are the gold standard. I really recommend you guys look into them. Now, as I mentioned, I've got a great relationship with this company, and so what I want you to do is if you go to their website and you look at some of their different units, check out, if you put in Maximum Training 19, you get $100 off their base entry-level system. And if you're looking for more of this Pulse Pro or these bigger packages, what I want you to do is email me, Mitch@MaximumTrainingSolutions.com, and I will hook you up with the right people over at Normatec, and they will actually do you a much better job than that $100 off if you're looking at some of these bigger packages, because they can really help you out. So simple, easy. Maximum Training 19 gets you the discounts on the entry-level Pulse unit, and shoot me an email, Mitch@MaximumTrainingSolutions.com, if you're interested in one of their bigger packages or this Pulse Pro unit. I'll get you with the right people, and they're going to really do a great job of taking care of you, because that's who they are and what they do. So be on the lookout for more of these implement analysis segments that I'm doing. Really just going to start to give you guys my thoughts and my take on all the great stuff that's out there and when we should be using it, the positives and negatives, and all those types of things. So